This is your story. You were born in a small, dusty village somewhere in West Africa, a place where the roads were rough, electricity was rare, and most people lived the same life their parents lived before them. Your first memories are simple ones. Your mother waking up before sunrise to cook over a small fire. Your father leaving the house early to work long hours just to earn enough money for food. Life was hard, but back then you didn't fully understand what poverty meant. You only knew that other people seemed to have more than you. As you grew older, you began noticing the difference. Some children came to school with nice shoes and new books, while you walked there with worn sandals and borrowed notebooks. That feeling stayed with you. It planted a quiet thought in your mind. One day, you would have more than everyone else. In school, you quickly realized something about the world. Hard work wasn't always what made people succeed. Sometimes it was confidence, sometimes it was connections, and sometimes it was simply knowing how to bend the rules without getting caught. You became very good at that. When teachers weren't looking, you copied answers during tests. When your classmates trusted you, you convinced them to do your assignments for you. And when someone confronted you, you always had a convincing explanation ready. You weren't the smartest student in class, but you were the most persuasive. By the time you turned 17, you had already decided that the small village you grew up in was too small for your ambitions. You wanted money, you wanted power, you wanted the kind of respect that made people stand when you entered a room. So one morning, with a small bag and very little money, you left the village and traveled to the nearest city. The city was loud, crowded, and chaotic, but to you it felt like opportunity. Everywhere you looked, people were hustling, negotiating, arguing, building something. It didn't take long for you to realize something important about the city. The people who controlled things were not always the most honest people. They were politicians. At first, you started small. You worked for a local political group during election season. Your job was simple: distribute flyers, attend meetings, and convince people in poor neighborhoods to vote for your candidate. But you quickly learned how the game really worked. Sometimes envelopes quietly changed hands behind closed doors. Sometimes promises were made that everyone knew would never be fulfilled. Sometimes people were given just enough money to forget their anger for a while. And strangely enough, the system worked.